All right, welcome back to the channel, you guys. I just want to give you my brief, you know, I just want to give you my take on the new movie Scream. I seen it this weekend with a friend of mine, and we was like, I liked it, I really did. But there was a couple things in there that just threw me off. But I will say that this is one that I'm gonna own on DVD because it was very entertaining and it was very good. But I just want to give you, I love when I'm trying to figure out who is killing who. And that's what most of the Scream movies are all about. Is who killing who. Them first two Screams was pretty daggone good. I was a lot younger then. But I will say that they really redeemed themselves on this last Scream. They really did. Because I thought they kind of dropped the ball on number 3. I didn't care for number 3, but I did like it all right, but it wasn't that great. I like number 4 a little, but nothing like I like the last one. This last one was pretty good. So anyway, I just want to give you my plot synopsis. Anyway, you know how Scream is, right? Everybody's wanting to try to pick up where somebody left off. There's always somebody on the internet that wants. That's basically what Scream is all about. This is so good because they kept referencing slasher movies and newer, like, horror movies in this movie, which was pretty slick. But there's a couple things in there that kind of threw me, man. There was a part in there where he was at a hospital and he turned off all the lights trying to get to this girl, right? Now, last time I checked, ain't the hospital got a lot of people walking around? So I was in the theater going, oh, come on, man. You can't turn all the power off at a hospital. But, you know, I know it's a movie and I get that. But I just was just like, man, come on, dude. There's no way that you can get away with turning off all that power in a hospital, because in the next scene, like the movie goes for a little bit more, and then the next scene, when something happens, they're in the same hospital, and it's daytime, and there's a whole lot of people in there. Now you probably say you just said daytime; it was at night. It don't matter. You can go to a hospital at night, and there's no way it's still staffed. You gotta be, I don't know. Anyway, that was one, and then 2, there was this part where. I like this part. It was like this dude was wanting to get laid by his girlfriend, you know, and she didn't want to give him none. So finally, she's like, "He's at this party." She goes, "Hey, I'm ready to do it." And he's like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah." And she was on top of him, you know, and they were down there partying and stuff. They was on the couch making out, you know, the young people. Then he went like this. She goes, "Let's go." And he goes like this. He goes, normally I would, because he's been begging for it all through the movie. He looks up at her. He goes, "But you could be the killer." Boy, she got mad. She was looking down at him. He goes, "I'm just saying," he goes, "that is the most opportune time is to take somebody upstairs and we getting ready to do it, and then you end up being the killer." Boy, she got off him and stormed out the door, and then she ends up going outside. And what I like about this movie was everybody kept saying that you need to be careful about who you're friends with. It could be you, it could be you, it could be you. And so everybody's like, "Are you sure it ain't you?" But then everybody needed everybody to be together, so you wouldn't be too much separate, separate. So he went out there looking for her like a big dummy. He got stabbed, but he didn't get killed. So I thought she got killed too, but at the end of the movie, she didn't get killed anyway. She survived too. But anyway, the people decided, the main people, the 2 sisters and the sister's boyfriend decided to get out of Dodge, which was in that town, that one town where all this stuff is always having all these ghost face, right? And they said, we need to stop. Somehow she didn't have her inhaler, so she decided that there was an inhaler at this house, which was the original house in Scream that they used in Scream. You know, the first original house in Scream, which I thought was pretty slick. The house was full of people though. It was jam packed. So I'm like, so they go in there and the boyfriend's all freaked out. He goes, "Hey man, we can't separate, man, because this and that." So they start telling everybody to leave. I'm in the theater going, don't tell everybody to leave, because Ghostface can't kill it. There's always 2 though. But this place was jamming. It was jamming. So I'm like, no, don't tell everybody to leave. But they made everybody leave, and it was just them and like 3 other people. And I was sitting there in the theater going, come on, man. You should have let all those people stay there. That way it would have been harder for those 2 people to kill them. So anyway, that was the climax of the movie. So now you had the main house where in the first Scream where, you know, the first two Screams where, you know, Nev Campbell's boyfriend was one of the killers and his buddy. Well, you know, obviously there was two killers in this one. And then I was like, what the? But then I was in theater. There was times it got me too because I was like, oh man, I should have seen that one coming. But I didn't. I was so glued to it. You know, so they really redeemed themselves, you guys. They really did. Like I said, you guys, this is not a review. I just like to sit on this camera and just talk to you about stuff. But this is not a review. This is me giving you my little take on it. But they redeemed themselves. And now I'm hearing stories that there's a possibility that they might make, you know, another one. So I'm going to give you my little rant. I'm going to give you my little in order of what I like. My favorite Scream is number 2. Number 2, it clicked on all cylinders. Number 2 did. And my second favorite is the first one. The first one, I love the first one. I should have the first one as the first because it was the first. But man, Scream 2, Scream 2 clicked on all cylinders. I mean, Scream 2 kicked on all cylinders. It was like, man, I remember that. Oh, I love Scream 2. And then, like I said, Scream 2 is number 1. The original Scream is number 2. The new Scream that just came out in 2022, Scream 5, that's number 3. And then Scream 4 is number 4. And Scream 3 is number 5 on my list. That is my list. My favorite to my least favorite. So anyway, you guys, God bless. Take care. We'll catch you in the next video. We'll see you.